Hi guys, happy Thursday. How are you? It is Thursday, right? Yeah, it is. Let's see if I can invite some people. Hold on. How are you guys? You doing anything fun this weekend? We have the end of the month coming up. Can you guys believe that? Next month is Halloween, and then we have Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas, and then, oh my gosh, 2018. I can't even believe that. So, you know, now I'm starting to think, what am I going to wear for Halloween? What am I going to dress my kid up for Halloween? There's a lot of people, a lot of coaches and people who have young toddlers and stuff, and they go and they dress like the whole family thing, like a theme. Do you guys do themes? So I was looking at the price of iPhones, and they're just kind of way out there. They're just getting more and more and more expensive. Hi, Maria. So I'm looking online, and just the iPhone 8, if you were to buy it, is $700 to $949. I guess that depends on the gigabytes. That's if you bought the phone outright. We get conned into, like for me, I have an iPhone 6s Plus, but I bought that from, I have a friend of mine who's also a coach, and he goes out and buys the latest and greatest. He is one of the very first for the iPhones, and he's also the same carrier as me. So when these new phones come out, I just call him, hey, what you doing with your phone? I'll buy his phone. Which is better for me because he always gets the phone with the most gigabytes that you can get, which is awesome. And he always pays cash for his phone too. He's a health coach also. He does very well health coaching. They pay us very well for that, so he uses that, and it's a tax write-off, so very cool. But people don't realize, you know, or they don't think the cost of the phone. You can get them now on like an installation plan. So if I were to go to at&t and I was to sign up for the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10, the iPhone X, however you want to say it, and I was going to do the installation plan, that's also, I'm going to be paying monthly on that, but they're also going to jack up my plan and lock me into a 2-year contract. So you know, that's a lot. So people will plan the next 2 years of their phone plan, but won't plan the next 2 years of their life. That's a little off. So what if you guys took the time to actually plan the next 2 years of your life instead of your phone contract? Have you guys thought about what you'd be doing in 2 years? So 2018 is coming up. So 2020, what are you guys going to be doing at 2020? Are you just going to be signing up for the next iPhone? The iPhone 15, you know, the iPhone 12, whatever it happens to be. Is that how you live your, you know, you want to live your life, and your legacy is passing down the next iPhone? It's crazy, right? When you think of it that way, but so many people don't think about that. Like with credit card debt and stuff like that, it's instant gratification. They don't think about the cost of things. They think of how much a month is that going to be. They're not thinking long term, right? So you guys, if you think about the long term of things, so I think the iPhone 10 starts at, or the iPhone X, however you want to call it, I think it's like $1,000. Are you willing to write a check for $1,000 to pay for that iPhone? You know, do you have that? I mean, if you want it and you have the money and the means to do it, go for it. But when you're signing up for, you know, this contract and this monthly payment, what happens when you lose your job? You know, what happens if you lose your job? What happens if you get injured and you have this noose around your neck? It's kind of like student loans, same thing. So instead of, you know, living your life by a phone contract, maybe you should look a little closer on what you're going to be doing for the next 2 years. So people look at, when I'm a health coach, and some people say eating healthy is too expensive, but buying an iPhone isn't. If you got healthy, you could enjoy more iPhones, the next generation and the next generation, right? How healthy, how much is your health worth? Is your health worth less than an iPhone? If you started getting healthy right now, and started dreaming and having goals for what your future could be, for getting out of debt, for getting a healthy mind, working on yourself, where would you be in 2 years? If you didn't take charge of your health and your finances and your mind, where will you be in 2 years? Are you going to be unhappy, unhealthy, with no money, but you have an iPhone? Or are you going to be happier, healthier, and wealthier, and still have an iPhone? So I look at it that way. It's taken me, it took me hitting rock bottom with my finances when the economy crashed back in 2007, 2008. My husband was laid off from his job, and I got my hours cut back at work. Mortgage company really didn't care about that. I was stressed out of my brain. That's when I started I started really praying for like answers. I started working on my healthy mind back then because I was stressed, you guys. I had my daughter, my older daughter, who was like 18 at that time, and I was stressed out because things weren't getting along. So I was really stressed out about my family life. I was stressed out about my finances. I was stressed out. And I was, coming home and having a couple beers every night. If I opened a bottle of wine, well, I'm not going to just leave like this much in the bottle of wine. I'm going to drink it. So I was like, I wasn't making myself happier, healthier, or wealthier. And something had to change. So I decided to take, you guys know who Dave Ramsey is? My husband and I, we took that financial piece. What an eye-opener. I've been listening to him for a while on the radio, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's an answer. So my husband and I went to the Financial Peace University at the church down the street. I also started going to that church for a while after that, and that was really comforting to me. Meeting some friends in there, that was really cool. Started taking my daughter to church. That was really cool too. Oh, I have a shirt on. I look like I'm not. Just realized that I look like I'm not wearing anything. Side note, sorry. But we paid off $31,000 in 18 months and got out of debt. And not until recently, since like 2 years ago, did we get a car because my husband got tired of working on my car. So I do have a car payment that's I did it weekly though. It's $109 a week. I'm 2 years in. My goal is to pay that off quicker than 5 years. But that's where I started with my healthy finances, and it was really soothing. It was really comforting. It was on my stress level because I wasn't stressed out. Things started happening with my job. My husband ended up finding another job. Work came back at UPS. I did get more hours. I was still working on my healthy mind. At that time, I had a crappy phone because that wasn't my priority anymore. I just kept like, whatever, I'll just buy one of these again on eBay, $40, right? Just whatever. I just need, that can't be my priority right now. So, and then in 2000, so anyways, we paid off the house, or the debt. And so in 2014, I started addressing my health. I realized what I was spending my money on the food wasn't getting me any closer to my goals. Because when I started thinking about my future, finances, healthy mind, healthy body, everything, when I started at that time, I had no idea what I was going to do. But I did know that I needed to change. I needed to take my life in my own hands and make some changes. And I didn't have any idea what I was going to do. One baby step at a time. That's how Dave Ramsey says, baby steps, right? So that's what I was doing. They say how do you eat a whole elephant? One bite at a time. One bite at a time. So 2014 came. By that time I had my second daughter. She was 7. I had baby weight still I couldn't get rid of, and that was still making me unhappy. I was still, having a couple beers at night and stuff every night and on the weekends. And I wasn't getting closer. I wasn't happy with how my body was. So now that was the next thing. I finally decided to get on this health program from my coach that I saw working for him. And back in 2014, I got a glimmer of hope. I started on program, which ended up being cost neutral. What I was spending already, I was just spending a different way. 6 pounds, you guys, in the first week. I thought before I said it was like 6.7. I went back and looked at my journal that I wrote. 6 pounds the first week. I was like, okay, this is cool. I can do this. This is something simple. I'm seeing success. I have hope. I have hope on the healthy body part now. Something's working. Got my energy back. Did peak season through UPS, delivering all your packages from Amazon. Not coming home wiped out. So anyways, 12 weeks later and 35 pounds down, I was at my goal weight. Went from a size 12, tight, size 12 to a size 4. Back to high school weight, 48 years old. Freaking cool, you guys. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I didn't, working on myself this whole time. This is a journey, you guys. I've been doing something on my future since 2007, 2008. I've been addressing what my future looks like. This was just the next step. And when you start planning your life, God gives you the steps. You just have to be ready and listening and open. And they come to you. So I became a coach in 2015, mainly at the beginning to keep my own weight off, to help me be accountable to other people. That was very cool. I helped my mom lose like 55 pounds, got off her blood pressure medicine. You guys, that's pretty freaking amazing. I helped my mom. That's my mom. That's really huge. I helped my uncle lose like 70 pounds. He came off and he's back on again, and he's doing so well. He's way more focused because he realizes that it's the healthy mind thing that he needs to work on. So this isn't a quick fix. This is a lifelong journey. Your health should be your concern. You're the only one that can take charge of your health. If you keep just pushing your health to the back burner, it's going to bite you. You're going to come to a point where you're not going to have a choice anymore. The doctor's going to be putting you on medications. Your family's going to be concerned for you. You're going to be concerned for you. You're going to be unhappy. Body image is, I know for women, is huge. I know it is for men too, so I'm not discounting that, but I'm saying this from a women's perspective, that it's huge. So I became a health coach, and I started getting some hope, you guys. I started getting some answers. I started getting some extra finances. And then I knew my husband's current job was going to be closing. So his boss was going to be retiring. I'm going to plug my phone in, so just a second. So I knew that I had to do something if I wanted him to come home, because I didn't want him to have to go start a job at another place, because the job he does is hard. It's hard on him, and I didn't want to push him around in a wheelchair because he blows his knees out or something. So I've been making this work, and I've been helping a lot of people, and I have a huge ripple effect on other people. I've been able to help hundreds and hundreds of people because I said yes. How about that, you guys? How about that? My coach Joe, He found that he had family he didn't even know about. How awesome is that? My coach, Garrett, helped his sister get healthy, and he gained a nephew. My coach, Dawn, who's amazing, her family got her back. She's present, she's healthy, she's focused, she has hope. We're hope dealers, you guys. So when you look at the cost of an iPhone being, what did I say, $700 to $949 for the iPhone 8. That's fantastic, you guys, if you want to get that. But what if what if you didn't bat an eye because you had the finances to just go out and buy it, and it didn't up your contract? Then guess who's in control? You, right? So I just want to encourage you guys to look at the cost of what you're doing. Look at what you're planning. Are you planning more for your phone and your phone contract than you are for your life? Have you never thought about it that way? Think about it. So that's it, you guys. If you want to go out and get the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10, that's great. And I hope that you're happy with that and everything. And I'm not saying not to get that, because I know that I'll end up getting something as soon as my friend gets one. I'll probably end up buying his. It's not about that. It's about planning your future more than you plan. You should plan your future more than you plan your phone contract. Okay, you guys, thanks for listening, and have a great Thursday. Bye.